Good morning. It is Thursday, March 4th, and yoga appears to be over on Thursdays for this quarter. No yoga this morning, but utilizing the Calm app, I was able to get a whole bunch of yoga in this morning. They have some really nice morning stretches, as well as some lower back stretching, which is perfect for me. Just getting up and stretching at least 2 or 3 times a day can really make a big difference. We are heading to the end of the quarter, and I'm not sure what the yoga schedule will be like going into spring. I have been feeling really good getting up nice and early and doing yoga, and it's nice that I have a tool like Calm to kind of help keep that going. This morning, I was here early, did like 30 minutes of yoga, and then I started on this track idea and it didn't go anywhere. So we're a couple hours into the morning, if I'm completely honest. Sometimes you get an idea, it sounds good in your head, you kind of know what you want to do, and you start writing and you're like, this is trash. We just closed Ableton. We didn't even bother saving anything. I think we're just gonna get onto the keys lesson, and I think that's a good plan. By the time you see this is gonna be Sunday, so I sincerely hope that your week went well. Let me know in the comments what you accomplished this week. We're gonna get on the keys lessons this morning, and then this afternoon will be the synthesis lessons. Good afternoon. Keys lessons. We got kind of a final project here. This is the third of 4 assignments, and the next one is an entire song that we basically have to learn and play. I like doing this even though literally every time I screw up, but when I look back on these videos in a few years, I want to see exactly just how far I've come. And so I'm not afraid to show you that I'm not really that good at playing. The cool thing about being a music producer is you don't have to be technically skilled at the keyboard to understand what you're doing inside the DAW, inside the producing software. So that's kind of a unique thing about being a music producer. So we're going to start this on 60% tempo. I'd like to actually get it. I think that speed comes secondary to actually having your fingers in the right positioning and knowing what keys you're hitting. All right, so there we go. The trick to learning is just slowing it down at the beginning. We got 6 errors and 62 correct, and because we have a lower tempo, it doesn't give us full marks. We only got 54%. So as usual with keys, the best part about these lessons is that you just keep going until you get 100%. So it's all about learning the finger positionings. It's all about knowing what keys you're playing when. We're gonna keep going till we get 100%. We'll see you next time. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is Friday, March 6th today. Today is all about the assignments. We have the synthesis recreation sound design lesson, and we also have a slice to Midi assignment that we have to do. In Ableton, slice to Midi is a really handy feature. I'll probably show you that for future Friday. I am absolutely stoked because it's assignment day. We kind of waited to the end of the week to get all these done, did all the lessons beforehand. Yeah, once again, happy Friday. Let's get to work. Welcome back to another episode of Future Fridays. And this episode, we are going to go over Slice to Midi, which is a really cool feature in Ableton. So we've pre-selected a couple loops here to clearly demonstrate this. So let's first go with the percussion loop here. So let's say, wow, great loop, love the rhythm, love the groove, but I'm not so keen on these sounds. So we can right click here and we can go down to convert drums to new MIDI track. And boom, let's take a look what it's done. So automatically Ableton will open a 606 drum pattern. So let's solo this and hear how this sounds now. So if you look down here at all this information, it copied the groove, the velocity, like it got it exactly as it is in the original audio, you know, like even this one's slightly ahead. This is great. So now what we can do in Ableton at least is we can shift tab over here. We can actually go in here and we can swap these. So we need a snare and a hi-hat. So let's go into our snares. Sure, there's a nice one. Boom. Swap that out. Let's hear that snare. Let's go to our closed hi-hats. I like the first one. Drag it down onto that. Let's check it out. And then since you have a whole drum rack, you could actually basically literally create your entire pattern from here. Another cool feature is like now you can actually remove notes. Like if you didn't want that snare and that hat hitting at the same time, well, now you can come in here and mess around with it yourself. Where if you have a loop here, this is all layered together. So there's no way to remove the hi-hat from being on top of the snare. But bouncing it here, you can totally do that. So that's my first tip. Second tip, we go over to vocal chops. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna actually swap this out for an actual spoken phrase instead. And let's literally
check this out.
So we got some funky warp stuff going on. So we're actually just gonna turn off the warp, then turn it back on, and it shouldn't be glitching like that anymore.
Check this out.
We're gonna do this a very specific and strategic way. So let's listen to this again.
Check.
So there's a check. So we probably want that. Let's hear from here.
Check this out.
So that's the k, check. So let's just have check. Let's see here.
This out.
So let's have the. All right, let's actually have this syllable. Let's have this one, and then this one starts actually back there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna chop that. We're gonna chop that. We're gonna consolidate it so it's a smaller clip to convert, and then we are going to go slice to new MIDI track. You could change it to all sorts of different notes depending on what the sample is, but we're going to go to warp markers because we set up our specific warp markers. Actually, I needed to do the warp markers after making it small, so let's just quickly add those back in. And now let's slice the MIDI. See, we're learning too, these little things. And now let's listen to our new clip.
Check this.
Here's the cool thing about this. Let's go in this clip. Let's actually delete all of this. And then we'll go down here to this bottom and we'll check these slices out. So it usually loops it. I like to go one shot.
Check.
And so now we just get experimental. We could have placed a few more warp markers so we actually got just better clips overall, and we can just start to get crazy with it. So you get the picture. The possibilities are endless, and depending on which syllables you choose, depending on if you have spoken phrases or oohs and ahs, you can get absolutely crazy experimental with this. I am absolutely loving learning how to really do this in a detailed fashion. All right. That is it for Future Friday. As you know, my Future Friday vlog segment is all about giving you tips and sharing something that stood out for me this week at Icon. I hope this helped. We'll see you next time. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say. It's the end of Saturday, not the morning. Yeah. We got to the studio, we were watching a couple videos on YouTube, and then we came across the Sanjuna Beats remix contest. And so we click it, listen to the song, download the parts, and we go, you know, let's give this a shot. Let's see if anything comes up. 99% of the time, the remixes that I choose to do are vocal tracks. This is an instrumental, and I decided, you know what? I like the style of my last remix. Let's see if we can get something going in a similar fashion. And fast forward to 4 p.m. we basically finished. Yeah, we basically did everything we need to do. It just needs a full arrangement. All right, well, I'm a bit brain dead right now. It takes a lot of juice to go that hard in the studio all day, so I'm gonna take off. Finally, I have it in my head, the awareness. Today is Saturday, which means it's it for this vlog week. Unit 9 is done. And I will tell you, Level 2 has been absolutely amazing so far. The sound design stuff has become my new favorite class, and I am getting so much out of it. Unit 9 is done, and for level 2, we only have 2 more units, aka 2 more weeks left to go. That's it for this week's vlog. Cannot wait for next week.